Hi guys, it's Jessica. I'm here with a book review for the book Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. Okay, let's talk about this book. So it's going to be a movie in June, which I was very excited to see. I'm very excited to be seeing, actually. But the actual reason why I heard read this book was because of the trailer. I had seen the trailer on YouTube, and I was like, this is like a fantastic movie. It's probably going to be an even better and more amazing book. I have to go get this book. So I went out, bought it at justbooks.com, and I read it in 3 days. Alright. Oh, by the way, this review will have potential spoilers, but I will talk about those in a little bit. But I will warn you guys when to click watch, stop watching if you have not finished the book. And I might get to come back when you have. Or if you don't care about spoilers, continue watching. But that isn't at the part yet. Let's take one thing at a time. Alright, so this book is basically the premise is about a girl named Louisa Clark. And she's just kind of an ordinary girl, has an average family, has a boyfriend, a decent job at a cafe, and just is content with her life. Like, there's nothing, she doesn't really need anything extra. She's just kind of okay with everything. The problem is that she finds out that the cafe she usually works at is closing down. So she has to get a new job. And she goes to the employment office, and one of the suggestions they give her is to go and work for a man named Will Trainer, who used to be like all into like these extreme stunt type actions and like kind of sports. Maybe it was like very extreme stunt type, daredevil-y type things. But he was really into those until he ended up getting hurt in a motorcycle accident and is bound to a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And he is just like a very depressed man who kind of just stays in his room. And Louisa is working for the family as a caretaker. So basically, Will is kind of moody. He's not very kind to Lou at first. He doesn't really want to be wanted to be really around Lou, and he kind of just makes fun of her and picks at her at the beginning. Soon Lou, though, discovers something about Will and about the plan that he has, and she is trying to stop this from happening and is doing whatever she can to make sure that this does not happen, and kind of show him the amazingness that is the life and what he can live and everything. And so that's basically what the gist of this book is. Okay, this is the non-spoiler part of the review. So basically, I really like this book. I know it didn't seem that way at first, but it was like from how I was sounding at the beginning. But here's the thing about this book. I don't want to give anything too much away, but it basically, if you read the back of it, the People review says it's funny, surprising, and heartbreaking. That pretty much sums it up. There were times when I was laughing my head off and I was like having to cover my mouth because I was like, yeah, and just thinking how cute they were and everything, being so happy. It is surprising, the premise and everything, and the little twists you do find out, and heartbreaking. Yeah. Can't say much about that right now, but yes, all of the three things, definitely. So basically, Will and Lou, what can I say about this book? I'm trying to think of book stuff that I can say that isn't very spoilery, because I want to kind of get into the spoiler part, but I can't do that yet. Alright, let's think about this. Basically, what I can say about this book is that if you are a fan of stories that are romance, but also have more to them than that, you will like this book. Because the funny thing is, when I was reading this book, I didn't feel like it was a romance, or if they really had romance stuff that was real lovey romance type stuff, to at least sort of more at the last fourth of the book, or third of the book, or whatever, but like it was very, it is something where it's more felt like more like a friendship than a love, until like where it started getting to the end. Now, different people have different views of this maybe, and different feelings for Lou and Will's relationship. So maybe I'm wrong and I was just completely missing signs or something, but yeah. But this book is something that you will, I think if you like romance and you like books that make you have those feels, that make you have all the feels, make you feel happy at some point, laugh, cry. Yeah, there was a lot of crying. I'll get to that in the spoiler part. But yeah. If you like this, if you like those kind of books, read this. You will not regret it. It is a contemporary novel, and as you know, I don't know if you guys know, but I really love contemporary novels. Contemporary romance is like my thing. Like that's like one of my favorite types of books, especially like young adult. And I know young adult books can get like bad reps sometimes, also if they're like romance type books, and it's like people can be like, oh, it's so cheesy, and yeah, it can be, but this book I feel steers clear away from this. And what I really liked about this book was the fact that it didn't feel like the average romance, and the twist in the book, it's a very controversial type thing in my opinion. But it's also something that I feel like it helped me kind of to see both sides with. You could see that I thought I had a kind of a view of what I thought before I read this book, and I felt like I became a little more open-minded to both sides after reading this. Not sure exactly what my entire viewpoint of this whole twist situation is, but it is just something that does make you think and does make you see, okay, maybe this side could be right, maybe this side could be wrong, maybe this side could be right, maybe that side could be wrong. It just makes you kind of think, maybe both sides are right, maybe both sides are wrong. It shows you the different viewpoints. It kind of shows Lou's view, Will's view, and also kind of examples of and reasons for the different views. But basically, as far as books go, I would give this 4 out of 5 stars. It is sad. It is happy. It is funny. It is entertaining and really good. But I can't. You just gotta take my word for it. Just go read it. Don't take my word for it. Go pick this up at the library, bookstore, whatever. Just go get this. And then go see the movie in June, maybe. And then see if you guys like the movie, much you like the book, maybe less, maybe more. I don't know. But yeah, so if you guys have not read the book yet, alright, I will be making another video probably tomorrow actually, because I think my Owl Crate box will be coming in. But if you want to stick around for the spoiler portion, I will be doing the spoiler portion in 3, 2, 1. Alright, spoiler time. Alright, now I can get into stuff. So, basically, the twist in this book is about assisted suicide. And I was kind of, for this book, I was very kind of pro-view Lou's side of it, which is Lou is the whole entire actions of her book, of what she wants to do is she wants to try to stop Will from trying to commit suicide, which he was saying he would give his parents 6 months. And after that, he would go to Switzerland and have that done. And yeah, because he just didn't want to live the way he was living now. However, I thought it was very, Lou spends the entire book, most of the entire book, basically trying to get him to have fun and enjoy life again and do all these different things that he wants paraplegics think that he feels like he can't do anymore because he's a paraplegic, that he thinks he can't have as much fun or exciting adventures or happiness or whatever. And so Lou is trying to show him you can have fun, and she takes him to a racetrack, she takes him to on vacation, they go to a wedding, they go to all different things, and they go see an orchestra, and she starts to open her mind. There are things that she might have never done before she met Will, and now she was doing them, and now she was out there being adventurous. Will was starting to have fun, and honestly, when I first read the part of it, and I kind of knew, when I read that first part where you find out that he is thinking of doing this, part of it me like knew. I was like, it's not gonna end well. She's gonna try, and it's not gonna end well. But then as I read the book, I kept kind of having that, still having that mindset, but also having that kind of little hint, like, maybe he won't do it, maybe it'll be okay, maybe he'll see that there's so much life worth living, and he will go off and be with Lou and be happy, and Lou will break up with her boyfriend, which she does, and Lou has a boyfriend named Patrick in the novel, and Patrick is kind of a jerk. And basically, while I was reading this book, I was just kind of like, when is Patrick gonna disappear? I really hate you, Patrick. F you, Patrick. Basically, the entire time I'm reading this book. But, alas, but they do break up eventually, which made me happy. But anyway, I had a feeling, though, that I wasn't going to be happy at the end, even though I started kind of feeling a little hopeful. But I get to the ending, and Will decides to go off and do it anyway. And he said he was happy that he got to spend the 6 months with her and do all this stuff, but he just didn't want to live like that anymore. And the way they address this in the whole book, once you start hearing about Will and how he tried to commit suicide before, and oh my god guys, just the imagery of that part with the nail and everything, just, oh my gosh, that made me like freak out, because it was just so, it wasn't graphic as writing-wise graphic, I don't think, or at least not to me, but it felt like graphic, like in my mind, like the imagery I was getting in my mind from reading that was just like, ugh. But, and also you start hearing about other people who had committed it, and kind of just seeing his point of view as well. So you do get those two sides, like I said. And so when you read this book, I don't know if it changed your mind about it. I don't know if you still have the same opinion about it. I don't know if you had no opinion at all and then you had an opinion after, or if you still don't know what you think. I'm more in that latter category where I still don't know exactly what I think about it. But during this, but the point is that I really liked that they actually touched on it. I felt like this is actually a topic that not a lot of books I've ever actually read. I've actually never read a book that touched on this issue. So to have a book, something touch on this issue, show you the two different viewpoints, not really to go biased toward one or the other, and still have that good family story, romance story, and all that other stuff in it. I really liked. Let's talk about Lou's family for a second, which I do want to talk about. Lou's parents, I don't know, it was like very hit or miss with me. Like there were sometimes where I felt like they were very nice and genuine and everything, but then there were other times where I was reading it thinking, poor Lou, like she's getting pushed around her family and her parents her parents are very poor. They're taking care of her grandfather. They're having trouble with work, and her father was first laid off, so they didn't really have much money. So she had to work for them because also her sister, who had a child and had to drop out of college and was very who is kind of that person that they kind of thought. I feel like the family was people who thought that her sister Trina was gonna do a bunch of amazing stuff with her life, and then she had Thomas and she got out of school and it didn't work out exactly. But anyway, I did like Lou's family so much, except the ending. I really, really disliked her mother. I mean, I could because of her mother basically kicking Lou out and saying, if you go to Switzerland to see Will, you're participating in this sin, and I don't want to be around you, basically. I don't want you in this house. So that happens, and I mean, I was really, really angry about that part, because I was like, that's just a bitchy, mean thing to do. I mean, pardon my language, but really, really, guys, like, her mother just kicked her out because of that. It's like, I understood that about people's viewpoints being different about that, but I didn't think her mother would be so, fierce to just kick her out like that. I didn't think her would do, especially when she was going to go back to school now, and that she wasn't really going to have a job and everything like that, and I just thought that was very harsh of her. Now, I haven't read the sequel yet. I don't know if I'm going to read the sequel, because I like the ending of this book where she's sitting in the cafe in Paris. She's reading the letter from Will after he has died and passed on. Which, by the way, why does every sad book with a death in it usually end on, or have at some point in the ending, some kind of a letter or message from beyond the grave? Like, okay, let's see. Fault in Our Stars. I think Me, Earl, and Dying Girl, maybe. I'm not really sure. I can't remember about Me, Earl, and Dying Girl. What else? I think The Sisters of the Traveling Pants, the second book, or the ending of the first book, has at some point from the one girl's little younger friend who dies, and sorry if that was a spoiler, apologize, but anyway, like, that always happens a lot. And so while I'm reading this letter, I have to say, I'm saying now, like, don't cry, it's okay, don't cry. And I'm like wiping the tears away from my eyes as they're streaming down my face. And yeah, so also the part where right before Will dies and he tells her to tell him something good, and she does, and just thinking of their story together, it just breaks my heart. But yeah, So if you want a heartbreaking story, hey, you got one with this. Thank you, JoJo Moyes. Okay, but basically I'm gonna wrap this video up. But basically I would give this book probably 4 out of 5 stars. I don't know if I want to read the sequel. I saw the sequel in Target the other day. I was really unsure. I'm not sure still now if I want to read it, because it just, you know when you read a book and it ends so perfectly and it's just kind of wrapped up and it's like, yeah, you have that kind of questions and you do want to find out more, but then at the same time, you love the way the story was the first time with this whole novel and wrapped into one. You don't know if you want to ruin it. It's kind of like watching a movie and then not being sure if you want to watch the sequel, because you're kind of unsure if the sequel will be better than the first one. Usually it isn't, for movies at least, and I'm not. Books, I kind of have hit or miss. I mean, a lot of books I feel like, especially if it's a series that has good followings up, but usually the first one is always better. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up right now because it's like 20 minutes long. I will be doing my Owl Crate book box unboxing hopefully tomorrow because I think I'm getting it. I did get spoiled for like 2 or 3 of the items, one of the items being the book, but I luckily don't know all of them, and I'm very excited to get to see them, and I'm very pumped and everything. I'm sorry, I'm not like it. This book is just, this book takes it out of you. This book makes you feel like, what is life? But yeah. So basically, totally recommend this book. Love this book. 4 out of 5 stars. Read this. That's all I can say about this. Just read it. And if you have, well, you probably read it already if you're watching this far. But I don't know if I'm going to read the sequel. Please tell me in the comments if the sequel is good, it's worth reading, what you thought of the book itself, this one. What do you think of JoJo Moyes books altogether? If you think I should read more of hers, because this is my first JoJo Moyes book I've ever read. So basically just tell me your thoughts, reactions. Do you agree, disagree with the ending, disagree with the viewpoints in the book, whatever you want. So basically, I am going to go. I will post my video tomorrow or the next day for my unboxing for the Owl Crate books, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.